Do you want to see how an actual Scandinavian girl does her makeup? I'm Norwegian and this is how I do my makeup. Yeah, so if you want to see, keep on watching. It's a long time since I've had an updated Scandinavian girl makeup tutorial. I have the best tips for you guys. It's really important that the skin is super moisturized. I think I'm gonna use this one today. This is Smashbox. This is super moisturizing. I do get really dry in the winter time, so it's really important for me to moisturize a lot. I'm telling you, the winters here in Norway. Now I'm gonna use Estee Lauder Double Wear. This, I feel like it's the most popular foundation in Norway. It's full coverage and it's really long lasting. And of course I am matching my body. I personally like to use a beauty blender. Just feel like it just looks more natural and more flawless on my skin. Just do not mind my self-tan. It's always something with it because I just started to use a new one, but I think I'm gonna switch to my old one because it was kind of a little bit disappointing, not gonna lie. Laura Mercier concealer. And I love to brighten under my eyes. I have a little pimple there. There is no secret that we love to be bronzed, so I'm gonna use my favorite. And many Scandinavians love this. And look how easy it just glides on your skin. Or my skin, I guess. This is in a more cool tone shade because I feel like it fits my skin tone. They have different shades. It's like 4 different shades. I'm gonna buy more as well. So I have one for the summer. A little tip, if you have a very small forehead, like my forehead is super small, just take your bronzer or contour on the side. Now I'm gonna go in with my Rare Beauty in the shade Hope. We love, 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 love pink blushes. There's no secret about that. We love it. A little tip is to blend out with a brush, because if you blend out with a beauty blender, the blush will barely be visible on your skin. So I just like to blend it out with this brush. And I'm trying to... I don't really like to use brushes, but for this, I always use a brush. Do you see how pink the color is? If you were to use a beauty blender, it would just disappear into the skin almost. Now I'm gonna use my favorite setting powder, and it's the Huda Beauty in Cherry Blossom. I love it, and oh my god, it smells delicious. Many of the Scandinavian girlies has a matte base, believe it or not. Now I'm gonna bronze up my face a little bit more because we love to be bronzed, obviously, you guys know. So I'm using my Bobbi Brown in Golden Light, and I start to bronze up my face. Because I haven't really bronzed because the contour I used was more cool toned. So this is the bronzer. Okay. I'm gonna use my favorite blush, and it's this one from The Balm. This is so underrated. I've never seen anyone use this one. And it's like a super pink color. And then I just put it on. And remember, blush is what goes away first. So putting on a good amount is not a bad thing. And then I'm gonna use the Dior highlighter palette, and I'm using the pink. Because of course we want to be a little bit more glowy. I love this palette so much. I use these 2 colors more. Oh, this is so pretty. I really love the white highlighter shade, so I'm using this. Okay, here. I'm of course gonna use this all-nighter setting spray. Gotta dry it with this. I am glowy. Over to the brows. I love Benefit products for my brows. That's the only products that I use for my brows, basically. Look, gonna like do it in front. I really have to concentrate. I just did my brows and I used the this one. It's the Mighty Fine Brow Pen. And I also did my beauty spots and I used 24-hour brow setter. Not every Scandinavian does this, but I personally love a little bit of a wing, like the tiniest wing. Like so. This is from Eveline. I'm gonna go in with mascara. I'm gonna use this and this. I'm gonna let this dry, and I like a little bit more. I'm gonna let it dry just for a little bit. I guess we can do our lips. It's from Bobbi Brown. It's in the shade Pale Mauve. But it is very pale, so I think I'm gonna mix. And I'm gonna use this. And this is how it looks like. I freaking love it. I love this one. I always wear this one. From Bobbi Brown in the shade Bare Honey. Oh, so pretty. I'm not done with my eyelashes. Okay, and this is the makeup. Real Scandinavian girl makeup.
This is how a actual Scandinavian does her makeup. I'm Danish and this is how I do my makeup. First things first, it's really important to have a moisturized skin and have a good prep routine. Before I put on my foundation, I use this Milk Primer. I think it's the best on the market. This amount on my finger and just tap it in like this. Okay, now moving on to the foundation, I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation and just putting it on my hand and dabbing it with a brush. And then just dabbing on my face. I like to use a brush to make a more natural finish. I don't really like using a beauty blender because I think it just wastes a lot of the product. Moving on to the concealer. I'm using this from House Labs. I really like this concealer. And now I just take this brush from Rare Beauty. It's their concealer brush and just dipping it in like this. I'm using this Rare Beauty liquid bronzer. I really like this bronzer because it gives like a glowy look and it's really buildable. So if I don't think I have enough on, I can just apply more and more and it will always look really great. I also like to put a bit bronzer here and the same, just blend it out with this like big brush. I'm using this blush from Rare Beauty. For the Scandinavian look, I always use a pink or a red toned blush. I'm also just applying this with the brush. For the same reason that when I use a beauty blender, I think it takes so much of the product. Also, I like to put some blush here on my forehead just to make it all like come together. And then I put some blush on my nose, just like this. Now we are going to use a setting powder. I'm using this setting powder actually just from Normal and just tap it on. And then I just let it sit for a couple of minutes. Now I just take a brush and brush the rest of the setting powder off my face. To get a little bit more bronzed, I like to use this bronzer from Too Faced. Applying it like this. I really like this bronzer from Too Faced because it's also really buildable and really easy to use if you're not that into makeup. On top of this, I like to use this Charlotte Tilbury blush. I really like it because it's the right pink shade and it has some shimmer in it. So I'm just applying it like this. To brighten my eyes a bit, I like to use the highlighter from Charlotte Tilbury in my inner corner. And yeah, applying it here on my nose. I really like this shimmer. It's so good for the Scandinavian look. Now we're moving on to my eyebrows. I like to use this pen from It Cosmetic. I'm just filling in my brows Done with my brows, and then I just set them with this brow gel from Charlotte Tilbury. Tilbury is a really common brand here in Scandinavia. It is so popular to use by Scandinavian girls, especially here in Denmark. I'm curling my lashes, and then I'm going to put this mascara on from Maybelline. It's also really popular here in Scandinavia and especially in Denmark. I'm applying one coat with just a small amount. If I put a lot of mascara on my lashes in the first layer, then they will just go down. And I don't want that. In a Scandinavian look, we want really curled lashes that really opens your eyes. Now I'm going in with the second layer. Like you can see, my lashes is really curled and we really want that. Now we're moving on to lip liner, and this is my favorite lip liner of all time. It's the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort lip liner. I really like how creamy these lip liners are. I just blend it out a bit, just like this with my finger. Top of my lip liner, I'm using a cold pink lip gloss. I really like a cold pink lip gloss because it just suits so well with like the pink blush as well. And yeah, that's it. Now we have a Scandinavian makeup look.